I finished, as it feels, one of the series of my paintings. Series was 3 small paintings on wooden panel, 20 by 20 centimeters, and also the statue from mixed media and plaster. After some break, it felt that I needed that. I am coming back to the creation. It feels after a long break. Actually, it was. I still feel that I am in that state and season, somewhere in between. One part of me really feels and says that I'm an artist and I want to create and I want to live from that. But another part, most probably the body, still is a bit behind, or how to say, or just not there yet and quite hesitant. And even though one part would want to create daily and push it and go to this dream as fast as possible and as efficient as possible, another part needs softness very much, is quite hesitant. Therefore, it's like navigating between those two, and I'm trying just to be in this state, not to push too much. Still try to live in the discipline where, for example, now I spend more time creating videos, editing them, and posting them into YouTube and shorts as well, where I also see and feel a lot of creativity, like still keeping the discipline of creativity, just in another form. I prepared new canvases on the frames. They are not big due to the space where I can work with. So far I'm available to work with smaller ones, but there are quite a bunch of them. It's free here with raw canvas, not primed. And then there are 6 here. They are very similar size as those ones. A bit taller and a bit slimmer. These are with primed canvas. And also there are 6 of these little ones. These are, I think, 10 by 10 centimeters, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it feels that new series are coming and I'm ready for them. I can smell wood. It's nice. Detail in life. To smell a natural material. Now I'm thinking of how to start them. There are 2 options. First one to be intuitive, not to think about it and just put the first layers. And the second one is to think about it in a way of looking to the notes of my written ideas and to feel if I want to implement any of them. Why it feels more tempting, the second option to me, is because I really like to work with textures. And then, in this case, I need to think about it on what canvas to work. Because if I would want to work with heavy textures, then these canvases, it depends if they could hold. Well, this one is primed one, so it could. But for example, if to work on raw one, then you maybe have to strategize a bit, because raw one is very good for for example, pouring the paints, blending them, which here on prime canvas it doesn't work as much. So then you start to think about what you could do the most effectively on the corresponding canvas. So therefore, I am more keen to the second option, to think about it, to strategize about it at first, but also having feeling or inviting the feeling what I would like to do. And if it feels that I want to work with heavy textures and epoxy resin maybe, then it's possible that I will take another option, wooden panels. So yeah, what I will do next, I will go through my notes with my ideas. I'll keep the camera recording for you to see the process. Looking into my notes for the ideas, what to create on these canvases. Also another inspiration form which works very much for me is to look at my previous paintings. The ideas come from there, how to execute them better maybe, or maybe just the feeling comes that I want to do something similar from these textures or colors more. And usually this idea that I want to do something similar, it comes only in the beginning of the creation, if it makes sense. Afterwards new ideas come what to do with this painting. Eventually different paintings come out in the end. This one speaks to me very much, and maybe I will take this as a template to begin. Yeah, there are several ones which speak to me. My looting persona, which I have quite strong one, says to keep those. And I think I'll do that. It could be also the idea for some texture. So these are the paintings which were done in the beginning of my creative journey on the paper, and these ones from more others are the ones which came out good as a finished result to show to people or to sell, and which I like. And also there is a huge box and several sketch books separately as well as this one, where it's like the drafts, which didn't work out in the end, but you can find the parts or details in them which would work in the new paintings, and that's how you could start the painting from that idea which you liked in those sketches or the paintings that didn't work out in the end. Yeah, so actually, what I think that there are a lot of possibilities to get inspired, and it depends on you. If you decide to be inspired, then you will find the inspiration source. But it's up to you to decide to create it or to look for it.
Time to climb that mountain. I'm not gonna stop till I reach the very top. It's a decision I've made. I'm gonna follow through. I promise I'll keep to me and you. All that I need is within me. I just have to trust my instinct. I've got the eye of the tiger, heart of a lion, fierce as a dragon. Ain't no denying I'm right on time as I keep on trying. Stepped off course, but now I'm flying. I'm gonna thread that needle through the finish line. I don't need no medal. The race is the prize. Shoot for the stars, you may land on the moon. Step by step, you just have to move sooner or later. It's now or never, sooner or later. Now or never.
Everything is in you. We just need to learn how to nourish it, how to extract it, and how to work with it and create. And then also build a balance of the healthy loop of putting inside and extracting, and then putting it inside as nourishing again. This one I really like the colors and the glitters and the texture. This one speaks to me at the moment, and also this one. I know that it would seem that it's nothing to look there or it's nothing aesthetic here, but something speaks to me. These different textures, also glitters versus, it's not maybe matte here, but it could be. Or my thoughts are to implement those matte and glossy, which I am already doing in some of my paintings. And also maybe some, I don't know how it's called, like a crafting idea, putting something already made. I really like it as well, and it speaks to me. So yeah, let's see what comes out.
I'm grateful for these bumps in the road. The closer I look, these bumps are gold. I'm gonna walk with love and face that fear, because I know it's only up from here. All that I need is within me. I just have to trust my instinct. It's not gonna be easy, it might get tough, even when I've run out of luck. Dig down deep, keep showing up. I know I've got all the right stuff. It'll take some courage when I'm afraid. Have to have faith, let my heart lead the way. Shoot for the stars, you may land on the moon. Step by step, you just have to move sooner or later. It's now or never, sooner or later.